I have no meniscus medial lateral. And then, the ACL. Wow, the hell, bro! I didn't. Holy
Yeah.
shoot, brother! I had no idea. Holy shit! This is awesome, man. Wow. Damn, I know you were telling me you got some stuff, man, but I didn't. Holy shit! This is fucking awesome. Holy shit. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I've been cleaning up everything, like that, the reverse.
Yeah, see. Holy shit.
I've been trying to clean up.
This is a lot of space, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much space you got here. You can't tell from the front
No.
at all.
It looks actually, it's small, even in video it looks small.
Wow.
This
I mean, I seen a little bit of the video, but I didn't, none of this. Oh, this is awesome, man. Wow, man. Beautiful.
This one helped a lot. This sucker helped a lot.
This guy, yeah, I've used this before.
This is a cool company. I like this one because it was so cheap, man. Because I think Pro something does it, and like, but they're like $1,200.
Damn.
This one was like $250.
Yeah, that works for me. I don't have $1,200.
And it holds 400 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
For 250, 400? That's awesome. That's pretty awesome.
This one was this one was a rough one. Bringing this one here was
Yeah, I can imagine.
a nightmare, bro. This is like 700 pounds.
Shit. And then piece by piece, and then putting
Yeah,
it back
basically.
together.
It came like this.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then I have to put it back together.
So you took it apart and then put it. Oh my God. This is great, man. Great piece. Their company is pretty damn good too.
I know. I've been trying to get freaking parts to buy this because they want to get the real expensive stuff, but they can't afford it, and they're like, but who's gonna fix it? I mean, you don't just hire companies that fix it.
Right.
There's literally. But the nice thing about this one is this. Is this platform, man? Because the only one that does this now. Oh, now everybody's doing it, but like before it was like what, this small.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. I thought you had this custom made.
Nah.
Because they usually don't have a big platform like that.
Because Nebula.
Right,
had this
right.
wire, and then they all like kind of copied it. Yeah, this is a nice one.
Did you? This is the newest Mars bar.
This one, yeah. Well, I don't know if they changed it up.
Yeah, I have the old one, the original one.
It's like
this.
2 years old.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, they didn't have this way. This is nice, man.
Yeah, this one's nice.
This is really nice. I paid like $650. How much you pay for this?
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah, and the other one I have is the foam and then the wrap, not like this. I know the guy who made this.
Okay.
Yeah, Mars. Yeah, it's Zach Mars. His name. He made it by accident. He actually made this because he had an shoulder injury. Had his guy make it, threw it in the corner for a ton of years, and then decided maybe he could do something with it. And then when I went to Westside with Coach Skiba, I met him there, and then Professor Louis, God rest his soul, they were using this, and he went over there and helped him endorse the Mars bar, phenomenal bar. I use it for front squats.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good mornings, phenomenal.
Yeah, I like the good mornings on them a lot.
Yeah, and then I for a lot of the clients too, because they don't even have to hold it. It's difficult to teach them. I mean, they're not invested like that, right? So they're not gonna go through the whole rigmarole. So I use this, or I use a safety bar squat, but mostly this bar for them and if you have fighters, phenomenal. Yeah, use this because they're doing this all day long. So they're smashing up their shoulders so much. Take this bar, throw it right on them. They don't have to hurry.
The only thing I noticed with this one is like the way the weight pushes is different.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's made that way. It's made like a backpack.
Yeah.
So when you sit, Yeah, you got, so you have to literally fight. So it
Yeah,
braces
you're
that core,
fighting,
yeah, you
yeah.
have to. So I don't know if you've tried it for front squats, phenomenal.
Yeah,
Just
I've
turn
tried
it
it,
around,
I've tried it.
phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
My favorite bar is this one. This bad boy here.
What was that? This one?
No, not this one. The black one.
This bar. What's the deal with this one?
Yo, this bar here.
It's nice.
This bar here is the Hades rep. This one's alright. This is like regular cheap stuff. It's still good. But that bar here is so good. I love this bar.
What's so nice about it?
I just love the way it feels.
Yeah,
It's a deadlift bar.
yeah, this is nice. You bought it from, oh, Rep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a couple. My bench is a Rep. Love it.
I think out of all the deadlift bars, that's my
Yeah,
favorite.
this is nice.
Even for squatting, it feels really nice on the back.
Yeah. I like it.
The other ones are too stiff. I've never tried a squat bar. I know they're a little longer,
Yeah.
but I never tried it. I don't know how that feels, but I've been squatting with this one. She actually squats a lot with that one.
You like powerlifting?
She hasn't really tried, but
No, I take it's like you have to have a love and a taste for it, you know, a love-hate relationship with it for sure, because I do. And when I got involved, I mean, I was doing it for many years, and then, but not seriously until I started to do strongman like more than 12 years ago, maybe 14 now. And then I went to Skiva, to Carteret, New Jersey, and then he helped me big time. And I was there like, I would go there like literally once or twice a week and spend 5, 6 hours there. And then go there by 12 and leave by 6, 7 o'clock at night.
wow.
Yeah, and sit there and let him push me through everything with notes, writing stuff down, you know. I would actually go sometimes during the week when I had time and take him to lunch and sit down and you know, pick his brain and bring my notebook and start writing. You know, I'm old school. I write things down. I still write instead of recording. I still write. I still write. Even the workouts, I still write them on paper. You know, because I write myself. Yeah, I write like on the side. Like if I'm having not a good day, something happening. What happened today? This was a phenomenal exercise, you know, workout. This was a phenomenal training session. Not a workout, training session, because usually, you know, I try to train people, but everybody doesn't want to be trained. They just want to work out, which, you know, you could go to any gym, any idiot could show you that. I try to train people. I put them through, you know, programs. I give them homework. They don't do them. So I don't, you know, it bothers me, but it's just, I got to get over it. That's all. I just got to get over it. You know, it's not their fault, not their problem. They don't give a shit, honestly. So I just got to like somehow learn to get over that and just continue still doing what I'm doing, but just not let myself be bothered so much about it, you know, because it bothers me. It bothers me when I want to make my people monsters, you know. My father always used to tell me, "Oh, Junior, you know, you got to take it easy. You can't make everybody monsters." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you can't fault me for trying, you know. It's not for now. It's for later on in their life. It's got nothing to do with now. You know, you live in the present moment, and you take that on for your later life and your mature years, you know. Because I want to be able to still run around, you know, mess around with my grandkids and stuff like that, and get up off the toilet, keep going up and down the stairs, you know. If you want to press, you know, luggage over, you know, you see people, you know, struggling to put luggage on top, you know, and I got busted up shoulders that I could still press, you know. I mean, my last press before I busted it up pretty good, I was going for 290 log press, 200, overhead press, rack press. And I was at my max was 275 and I was going for 290 and I busted I got distracted and my own fault. And it was at the gym and I didn't want to train downstairs because, you know, the distraction. I'm an ADHD baby, so every little thing, you know, I'm like, you know, and the trainer came by and because they heard me, you know, grunting and stuff, so she came by and said, "Yo, J. Ross, you know, you're scaring my client." I'm like, "What the hell? What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here! Get out of here!" You know. And then I was there with my one of my sons and a buddy of mine that, you know, I thought we were boys, and he didn't stop him because at that moment you don't bother nobody who was in there like that. You leave them alone. You come way later, so you gotta, you know, you're going in, so you gotta leave them alone. You know, they're like a caged animal. And when she did that, I yelled at her, and when I went to press, I eccentrically try to hold 290 pounds coming down so it doesn't hit the rack, so it doesn't make noise. So I popped this left shoulder, ripped it completely.
I don't know why they do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why people do that. I hate that. This is a rule of thumb. It's like, you understand? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't leave,
Yeah.
leave everybody alone if you're training.
Yeah.
I get, even at the gym, sir, that you're not supposed to be doing that. I look at them. I'm training here. Go back over there. And I get really angry.
Yeah.
So one of the girls that I'm training, she's like, "Why are you so mean?"
Oh my
and I
God.
look at her. So we're fucking training. Get back in your
Right,
fucking
right.
thing. Let's talk.
No, you know.
But when I grew
Yeah.
up, I remember, because I used to train at 3rd Avenue in the Bronx. I don't know if you remember, there was a gym on top of a club, and it was, I think, on top of Laporte's gym.
Oh yeah.
So you train at that
Yeah.
gym. I was maybe 18,
Yeah.
and the guys there were, "The fuck are you looking at? Get back into the fucking room."
That's the way it's supposed to be, man. Yeah, that's the way.
After lifting, like, whatever the fuck, because I remember the black guy was a big black guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
would just have like
Yeah.
4 or 5 plates, just spit everywhere. And then if somebody's just looking at him, even if I've been admiring him, he's just cursing you the fuck out.
Yeah.
What the fuck you looking at? Rep.
Yeah. No, because you got, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, it's about respecting people's, you know, everybody's got the right to train. So this is the way you train. You're going in, disappearing for a little while, getting away from, because instead of not, everybody's gonna be, you know, you're gonna be on a drug because it has to calm you down or something. I don't want to be on that. This is my drug. This allows me to be the calm J. Rods, you know. And once I busted the shoulder off, that was it. I couldn't even lift the bar up, and I yelled at the managers, and they actually, she went and complained to the big manager that he was on my ass, and they fought for me. Thank God, at least, you know. And then I went upstairs and I told them, listen, this is why I don't go downstairs. I stay on the 5th floor, and I had like $20,000 worth of equipment in the 900 square foot studio. I had stones, logs, sleds, prowlers, you name it, axles, sandbags, all that shit in there. And I was doing it all in there. Because you don't need, you know, my thing is, don't put people on the machine. They're already sitting down. So why continue to sit them unless they're going to bodybuild, unless they're going to do that. If not, move them, just like when they were kids. Move them around, you know, bear crawl them, squat, lifts, lunge, press.
Do that.
Huh?
But even bodybuilders, I don't know about the new ones, but because my Stu, I learned from him. His training was all movement. He would make me squat 20 times and then go out and do jump squats 50 times.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, but that's rough because he had you doing contrast training. That's rough.
That's
rough.
The warm-ups. I wanted to quit at the warm-ups.
Yeah.
He would make me. I remember one day I want to do.
That's awesome though.
He made, what was that shit called? Super high intensity training.
Yeah. The hit. Yeah.
But he looked at me. I was like, I want to do the real hit. He looked at me like, I'm stupid. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
One day he said,
Yeah.
okay, let's go. Let's warm up. I'm like, we're warming up. I'm already like, yo, this is just a fucking warm up.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
We're only gonna do the hamstrings.
Right.
It was just one exercise. I was like, it was tough. It was intense. It was
Right.
Maybe 5 minute long.
Right.
Just hamstrings.
Oof.
And then I got off. I was like, this is okay. I don't feel bad. And then as the minutes progressed, I felt it.
Right.
I felt like the blood pooling in.
Right.
And I'm like,
Oh
what's
shit.
going on? The next day, I go to school and I'm like, I legit,
That's awesome.
I for like maybe almost 2 weeks long. Yeah, 2 weeks long. I couldn't do it, man.
That's awesome.
Fucking
Oh, that's
stupid.
fucking great, man.
Yo. And then you know what? Another person that made me train really fucked up. Oscar Arden.
Yeah. Wait, Arden?
Yeah.
I used to train with his brother,
Oh yeah.
Greg.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
he had a school in Sunset Park.
No shit.
Thai boxing. Yeah, Thai boxing school.
That's his brother.
That's his brother. Little Arden is this little. Greg Arden is this thin, and Big Arden is like this, like a tank.
The school on,
Yes.
like, on 4th Avenue.
Yes,
No
that's
shit.
his brother. Greg Arden's. He just closing it because I think they bought the building.
No
Just closed
shit.
it, like literally, like
I did not
days
know
ago.
that.
Yeah, and he trained some, I think Kali, or
He
Mitch
trained
Green.
Kai Green.
Yeah, Kai Green. Yeah.
They're not, I don't know what happened with.
Yeah, no, whatever happened, but he trained. Yeah, I know exactly who he is.
Yeah, his training was very interesting. His training was brutal.
Yeah,
It's just brutal. It was just like
no, it was
just
brutal
very,
training.
very
Yeah.
brutal. Very,
Yeah.
very brutal. And it was interesting because I was squatting. He's like, it was a psychological thing. It was like brute but psychological.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
trying to get into your mind.
Yeah,
Why are you afraid?
right.
It's like, and then I was like, he's right. Fuck it. If I can't get up,
Right,
I
right,
just fall down. I kept going, and I'm like, oh shit. There was a few times where I think he had to help me because I couldn't get up anymore.
Right.
But I think the leg workout was tough, but the arm workouts with him was just like it's like a whole week I had to just like yeah, yo, I had
With
to,
a sling,
I was
walk around with a sling.
I felt stupid. Just I think I went to see the opera at that time because I was in school, so I could see the opera for cheap.
Yeah.
So I was just like one of the I can move my arm, it's just like it hurt. The other people that was really tough that reminded me of his fucking training with the arm wrestling club. I didn't know they were that rough.
Yeah.
Those guys are insane.
Yeah.
Those guys are intense.
Yeah.
I've been trying to reach them actually because I want to see if I could do a program in the parks.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I want to do a program with arm wrestling because fucking parks is a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's because of where we're at, where you're at, and I know like it bothers you like hell, like it bothers me. So, because it bothers the hell out of me, and I understand, I get it, and I don't get it, It's like, even if I'm watering down the watered down version, how much more what else can I do? Like, you're not gonna go in a tiny little bit, like just go, and I get mad at myself if I yell at myself, I gotta record my training because I'm in there yelling at myself in the truck. Yo, you fucking pussy ass motherfucker! You gonna do this? Are you gonna get this done? Or you gonna fucking die doing it? At least you'll be here, stupid shit. I was telling one of my clients, he said, Coach, you probably should record it. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Actually, about, 3 weeks ago, I'm squatting and I'm doing 405. I don't know what happened. I hit the J cup, and you hear me going, because I was using, those, the monolift, those portable monolifts. So I got the Rogue, but I'm not used to using those. So I put it in the front, and I'm squatting, and I hit it, and I'm like, I'm at the end. So I'm like, shit. And you hear, fuck, bitch, motherfucker. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I threw the bar, and it landed on the straps.
Yeah.
No problem. I was like, awesome. I had to take everything out, put it back by myself.
I haven't even tried 225.
Yeah.
That's how.
No, but it took me a while to get back on because these things, you gotta.
It's my back. Isn't it?
No, 100%.
Like,
And that's only because I was feeling, it took me months and months to get the weight back up a little bit, because I was having a lot of trouble. I get shots in the knees, and it lasts for about 6 months for us, and somebody a year. Somebody that's active for us about 6 months. So once I get it in, I try to go in as much as I can. I try to get to do the back and my knees, and then go in, and then try to get. And then plus I got to get some peptides though. I got to definitely get on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because all this stuff, is in a lot of pain. So I'll go with, depending on how I'm feeling,
If you want to sit down, it'll be easier.
No, go sit right here. Yeah, right here is good. Thank you. you see me holding on?
I feel the same way too.
Yeah.
Easier this way too.
Oh, I was gonna tell you. You know, do you box squat at all?
Yeah.
Okay,
That helps a
because
lot.
yeah.
That helped a lot. Helped a
Yeah,
lot.
the reason I'm saying is because when I was with Professor Louis Simmons, God rest his soul, he said to me, I told him my injuries and everything and the age. He said, J-Rock, he goes, J-Rock, come here. You know what you got to do? Don't worry, never mind. Don't worry about full squatting all the time. Get on a box squat and make sure you use, you know, your knees, sleeves, and all that other shit. Don't do it without it. Get on the box squat, you'll be fine. Unless you're gonna go to a competition that's different, but get on the box squat, you know, which I have in the truck. So I say, you know what? It's good enough for him. It's good enough for me, you know. So and that helps. That helps a lot. It helps big time. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little shitty, like I'm trying everything, grizzly. I'm trying this bar, that bar is not working. The Mars bar, I'll do half heels, you know, and that'll help, you know. I don't feel great doing them because I know I'm holding on, but you know, I don't get it twisted that this is the kind of weight I could use, but at least it's helping me get to where I need to go, not to sit down, you know, because I get mind fucked because I'm like, oh look, I'm doing and half field squats are an amazing tool, you know. Fred Hatfield was an amazing. I don't know. I know of him. I don't know of him. I don't know him personally, but I know he was amazing. So, and the stuff, and I study a lot of old school strength stuff, man. You know, and that works for me. So sometimes, if you're feeling kind of shitty, half field squat. Trust me. It'll 100% help me, because it helps. It helps a lot. And I still feel, you know, great. I'm sure that you're mad because you know your legs are big now, and I'm sure they will probably
They're so weak.
triple.
You know?
Well, we have what's it called? Dysphoria, body dysphoria, and strength dysphoria that we have big time because I still in my mind think about like what I squatted, you know, before the pandemic, and then right after the pandemic, I'm like a little bitch, so that bothers the fuck out of me. You know, I was feeling monstrous, you know, and you know, I was my last legit box squat was 545, and my last deadlift was 555, and I did it at Fit 57 and legs. It's a little gym, a private gym. It's upstairs. It's PHYT. So it's a private gym. So if you ever need to bring like clients over there, yeah, that's what it is. It's pretty cool. And I brought strongman stuff over there. I was training people. They have a prowler, you know, but you know, I was training my clients with it, not this, but I was training there, and I was feeling pretty good. So I was, you know, after my 600 pound, I wanted to get a 600 pound squat and a 600 pound deadlift, you know, at my old ass, you know. I'm a little busted up, but I'm still gonna, you know, I keep, you know, going slowly. Yeah. Slowly. I'm going, but I'm going. You know, I'm 61, so I gotta be realistic with, you know, yeah. You know, I'm not 30s, I'm not 40, because when I was, if we would have met like right before the pandemic, forget about it, man. Me and you they would have thrown us out of the city.
You know, I think that's one of my things too. Like training alone has been tough.
Yeah.
It's been so tough training alone. And now it's like I'm very picky with who I want to train with now. And I get annoyed real quick when I train with somebody. Like I like training with older guys because they know.
Right.
I'm learning from them.
Right.
And then recently I've been training. He's actually the manager of my center.
At the gym?
Yeah.
Where you were? Yeah.
He's actually my manager. So we've been meeting up like 5, 4.
In the morning? God bless you.
So, like 5:30. But,
Yeah.
But I'm gonna call him up. I'm gonna tell him, Monday at 4 in the morning. Cause
Yeah.
we need an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I want to do legs. I want to kick his ass. But
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, now I'm the older guy.
Right.
I gotta kick his ass.
Right.
I want to destroy him.
Right.
Yeah, I want him to remember me.
Yeah.
Type of shit. So it's interesting. It's cool. It's been a cool little ride with him.
Right.
I gotta force myself to.
Yeah. I train a lot now alone, so it's difficult. So I 100% understand what you're saying because so some people they talk about motivation. Motivation is bunch of bullshit. It's discipline, man. Whether you want to be able to do it regardless, rain, shine, no matter what, how you feeling, because the way the iron has no feelings. So you get in there and get it done, and this is for you, not for nobody else. So I'll push myself no matter what, even if I have to change everything that I have programmed for me to do. I'll as long as I get some work in, I get some good work in, and then I'm not satisfied if I ain't walking out of there fucked up. If I'm not walking out of there fucked up, I'm like, all right, you better not say nothing to nobody, you little bitch ass motherfucker, because you gotta be able to hold. I'm here to hold myself down, not no. Of course my family and everybody else and my loved ones and shit, but for myself, personally, because I have a lot of clients that they're on all kinds of shit, and I'm looking at them like, wow, if you train, that'll take away away a lot of shit, depression and everything else. Because I suffer with anxiety and ADHD to the like 9,000 power, man. Years ago, if you would have met me years, not even before the pandemic, years before that, you would have been like, yo, my dude, yeah, like at 1,000, not even 100, bro. Slow down. Like throw a rope on this motherfucker, slow him down. Because I was always like back and forth. I'd have been in and out of here like, shoo, let's go. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's go. You're like, yo, calm down, bro. Like, boom, you'd hit me in the head with a fucking sledgehammer. Calm down. Okay, we're gonna hit this. Okay, let's go. After we finish this, let's go. What else? Like, let's destroy ourselves. And sometimes, I'll do, like, I have like fuck you workouts, like, I call them fuck you workouts. You just destroy yourself. Don't think about it. Just go in. I write everything down, and even that when I'm writing it down, I gotta look back and see what the fuck I wrote down, because I wrote it and I don't remember what I wrote. Maybe getting hit in the head so many times, but my memory's like short-term memory is bad. So I gotta write it, look at it. Okay, we go from this one, that one, and I even put it so that I know I have to go in this fashion. I'm like, God almighty, this is a lot of work. And when you're training, you gotta set up a lot. Yeah. Like and that gets exhausting. Sometimes it gets exhausting. I'm looking at myself, and in the truck, I gotta do it all the time. So I'm looking, I'm like, this was a great idea, but for who? Because I set this up for everybody else, and they go, okay, coach, thanks, goodbye. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you too. Thanks for leaving me. Don't help put nothing back. I only had one student, and I call him a student, a doctor, and he's from Sloan Kettering, cancer surgeon. They used to help me put the stuff back, and I used to, Doc, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you helping me put this shit back, because everybody walks out of here like whatever. I say, you can't, like, I can't afford my coach's knowledge. I can't die and come back and receive their knowledge. So I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck do you people think you are? Like seriously? Like, on my worst day, you can't beat me. So it's like when probably my arms tied behind my back and one leg, you can't beat me. So it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, where does the perspective come in? And it doesn't for them, It just, and that drives me a little bit insane, And although, I need to pay my rent, man, but I got to change this stuff, because I'm just never satisfied with, not that I don't thank God that I'm doing this already, that He's giving me the fortitude to go ahead and do this. It's just that I want to be able to touch people that want to have meaning, that's what I want. And one of the folks, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to get done via PTSD vets. I want to train them. I want to help those guys, because those guys, they've blessed us, taking care of our country, and we're here bitching and moaning and groaning about bullshit, and they're putting their life on the line, and we're here whining about nonsense, and they come back and they get kicked around like they ain't shit. So I want to help those guys. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but if anybody out there can hear me and you can reach me, please do. I'm J. Raj. I'm not easy. I'm not hard to find. Wrecking Room NYC. Everybody knows me. My coach J. Raj. I don't give a fuck what you call me. Just please come through, because those are the people that I've had an itch for them for years, man. I'm not talking shit about it like right now because I'm on this. I've been talking about this shit for a while, like probably more than 10, 15 years already. Yeah, I've been at it, and I'm like, all right, somebody, somehow, some way, has got to get to these guys because we can't forget about them. You know, there's no way.
That's why I go into parks thinking I'm gonna be able to help kids.
Yeah.
I'm teaching these white people, these
Easy.
whatever, these Caucasian folk that
Yeah.
are very wealthy.
Yeah.
They are super wealthy,
Mhm.
retired doctors, architects, lawyers, and then I go to my chiefs. I'm more qualified than they.
100%.
They're not moving me up, and I know why. It's because you could say the tattoos, whatever, but it was already like that even before the tattoos.
Right.
I have a certain look,
Yeah.
a very intimidating look, and I already know that's why they don't want to put me in leadership position. So I've been trying to talk to them. Yo, I can go in the hood and teach these little kids. But like, no. I can be a leader. How can I become a leader so that I can help citywide kids that can't afford my services?
Right.
Because these motherfuckers up in there can afford my services.
Right.
And I can charge them a lot more money.
Right.
But I'm over here doing free shit for these people, and that shit aggravates me.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so why am I working for a city agency when I'm telling you guys? I told you guys from the beginning I'm gonna help young individuals
Right.
that can't afford me, and I can help them go get a scholarship, go to university, go become a football player or a basketball player or whatever. I'm like, yo, you guys are fucking idiots because I needed somebody at that age for myself,
Right.
and I didn't have that. So I was like, I want to be that person for the next generation of individuals that are out on the fucking street doing stupid shit because they don't got nobody to be mentored.
Mhm.
Nobody's mentoring them, and then the people that they're hiring are a bunch of idiots.
Right.
Oh my god, the people that are fucking hiring are just imbeciles. And even if you put this in there, let them know. Fuck the park. Fuck the government.
Yeah.
Shit,
We're just, you know what it is, that we're just in the wrong area. That's what it is. Somebody has to hear this and realize, look at this guy. Just look at you, and obviously, like my truck, right? I'm thinking, you can't make it easier. Bring it to you. You come from the house. You come in. You train. You go, right? And when I sat down, like I told you before, I sat down. I looked in the truck and I said to myself, why is not everybody coming in and out of here like a revolving door? It's just because the same way you. If I saw you, I'd be like, oh shit, let me attach myself to this guy because he looks like he knows something. You know, I don't give a fuck if he screams at me. I'm just gonna get as close as I can until he gets tired and say, all right, come on. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't not only look the part, you are the part. You know, and what happens is people are afraid of that. And then I realized when I was in the truck and I look and I said, okay, this looks like a torture chamber. This is not like, you come in here, you're like, holy, like I'm at home right now, like, holy shit. I'm like, oh my God, and people come in like, yo, what the fuck is this? These people are insane. And she's more insane because she comes down here and does this shit too, and right. So, they don't want to be a part of that. They want to lie to themselves. And my thing is to train people, like when I grab somebody, I want to get numbers and start a program to train so we can move along. No, they don't want that. They just want to jump around, go out, get high, do what they got to do, come and sweat a little bit and think that they're doing something. That's not how this works, man. This is not what it's about. But again, both you and I, just because you're over there, they're looking at you like, okay, I'm good. Well, they're afraid of you first off, and you look at them and say they're not gonna fuck with you like that, So I'm like, let me bypass this guy. Go to this guy with the blonde hair and blue eyes. It'll be a lot easier. This guy wants to, really put some work in me, and that's what's going on with the truck. Cause I'm doing okay, but I should, 100%. Cause the truck went before I even started this. I researched it. Nobody had it. It was nowhere to be found. I looked every state, everywhere, nobody had nothing like this. I brought this together. I wanted an open concept. It was like my wife and I sat like 2010. The idea was from 2010. We sat down, eating dinner, talking shit, and then we were talking about ideas, and we came up with this Wreckin Room truck, the truck, a mobile gym, and then we were coming up with ideas with the name, and then the Wrecking Room comes from me constantly wrecking myself and wrecking everybody that I trained. So it was a joke. She was like, why don't we call it Wrecking Room? And just to play on words without the G. And I say, oh, that sounds good, but I didn't put it together. I didn't need it because I was in the sports club. I was in Equinox, and I didn't need to do that. But when the pandemic came, then I said to my wife, yo, what do you think? And I started it from the pandemic. When it came out, I bought the truck, I started it, and that's where it started. And now there's some company, I don't know the company, they have a truck that opens up and pulls like one of these things out, pulls out a bench, and I'm like, oh, how cute. But they're probably doing the same shit, same bullshit, you know? And I want to train people, let them know, listen, you grind at your level, not mine, not at his level, at your level. Free yourself from everything that you're going on, the stress, the anxiety, everything, at least an hour, 2 hours, whatever. I need 3 hours or 4 hours, but that's neither here or there. We'll do it in an hour, you know. I've gotten really good at putting a lot of shit in 1 hour from working at the club, like putting a whole bunch, from core work, floor work, all the way up to, rotation or anti-rotation, blah, 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 and all that bullshit. Let's just go in, let's get it, and get the fuck out. And let's go, and I'll see you here again the next day. But, this is how the truck was developed. And now they got this, I don't know, I forget the company. I have it in my phone somewhere. There's a company that has a beautiful truck, and that's what I wanted to do, but can't do that here in New York because, the rain, snow, not more than that, gonna bother the neighbors. Plus, I'm not the right color, I try to do that shit about get your ass out of here. If I had actually people come in my truck to complain about music, and I don't even.
Complain, right?
Yeah. That I've had people come in and tell me that the music. I had a lady on Soho tell me that she called the cops on me. Great. Yeah, they came, and they were looking around, and I was in the front tallying up some sessions, and the cops were walking back and forth. I said, excuse me, you guys you looking for me maybe? And they said, yeah, they said some truck was here with a lot of music. I said, well, the lady was probably talking about me, but I didn't have the music up loud. I just had it up just enough because I was cleaning inside. So as soon as everybody's finished, I clean the truck. I clean everything anybody touches so that the next person will come here and touch what anybody else is. And so as I was doing it, I was listening to some music, and nothing heavy, nothing loud, because I know where I'm at. But there was construction, and the lady's telling me, you can't be here with the music on. This is a neighborhood. I said, I can't even hear you because the construction's going on. What are you saying? And she was like, you can't have the music loud. I said, miss, I still can't hear you because of the construction. She's like, I said, what's the problem? My music is too loud? I said, I can't, how can you hear that over the construction? But she called the cops, and the cops came. And I was like, but again, I'm the wrong color, right? So if it was anything else, it would have been fine. It's no problem. Then I had another guy come there telling me, how am I in the neighborhood? He didn't know I've been in the neighborhood. Who the hell are you? So I'm providing a service for the neighborhood, And he was telling me that I couldn't be there. I said, do me a favor. Go about your business, man, So it's going to happen here, It's never going to go away. It's never going to go away, And I'm here to help everybody. I'm here to help all lives of walks of life. That's what he's here to do. I'm not here to segregate anyone, man, but they're gonna do it against us. But I want to reach people that really need our help. If I had a person that came around, man, forget about it. It would be insane. And when we get to everybody, we need to somehow, some way, we're gonna find each other, because God don't like ugly, that's for sure. And there's a lot of ugly and a lot of bullshit going out there, a lot of bullshit training and not a bunch of nonsense. And I'm 61 years old, and I'm still getting after it. So there's things that I can't do anymore. I can't jump at a 40-inch box anymore, because my hips can't leave the floor. I can't even jump off the curb. But that's another. I could teach somebody else. Well, he'll do it. I'm not gonna do it. But and it pisses me off. It gets me upset. But it's just something that we're gonna have to just deal with. That's it.
And it's sad where the fitness industry is going, because So
Oh.
I had a kid that worked. I don't know why he was this wealthy kid that was doing a summer job at Parks, and he had a trainer, personal trainer at Equinox, and he was paying him $250 for an hour.
What?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
$250 for an hour. And,
Wow.
and I looked at him like, so how long you been with him? For like 2-3 years. And you still look like that? That's what I told him. How much you
Oh.
bench? You should ask for a refund.
Oh my God.
I was like, why are you with him?
Yeah.
I don't know, because he's very, he knows what he's doing, he's really good. And then
Oh,
you see
Lord.
his resume. He's an actor.
Oh my God. Well, there you go. He's acting like a train.
He's an actor. Has he competed before?
Yeah.
Has he done, what gyms has he trained at?
Right. Right.
I want to see that resume.
Right.
Like these people are taking
Wow.
advantage of so
Wow.
many individuals.
Yeah, it is bad because it gives a bad name to people like us that want to really, do a service for let people learn,
Sure.
teach people really to learn how to train.
This
You know?
lady me and Denise were training, and then we saw this lady getting trained, and we and her were just looking at each other because her training revolved around pull-ups with bands and push-ups on a bar.
What the hell?
That's it. That was an hour worth of training.
What the hell?
Somehow he managed to get an hour worth of training. I don't know how much he paid him.
Holy
It
shit!
must have been in that area. I assume it was like anywhere between 150 to 250, maybe 4.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, what's wrong with these people? And that's part of what's wrong with society. Bunch of
Yeah.
pussies, bunch of fucking nonsense.
100%,
going
100%.
out there. It's like I'm not back in the day, like in the 90s, early 2000s. You guys were fucking animals.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with that, but I delved in that area
Yeah.
just before it
Yeah.
ended because I was around all that. My brothers were like, I grew up with posters. All these posters, I grew
Yeah.
up with all this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And my brothers were all into that, so they would bring me into the gym. Because my brother would, I think I was like 12, 13 years old. I would go from school to his job. He was a general manager at Lowe's Cinemas.
Right.
And then I would go to his job midnight. He's closing, and we would go take a taxi to Crunch
Right.
down by Soho, like
Yeah.
West 4th Street.
Yeah.
And it was a
Yeah.
Crunch. I don't know
Yep.
if it's still there.
Yeah.
His best friend used to work there, so we would go there at midnight. Like we'd get there like 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. They would talk shit for another 2 hours. Then we'd go eat massive breakfast. Like
Oh, that's
bacon.
awesome, man.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like every Friday for like in my teens. That was me. I grew up in that.
Yeah.
So I kind of delved into that area, and then he would take me to the Third Avenue.
Yeah.
There was a few other gyms out there. I know there was a small gym out in like Tremont area.
Yeah.
It was a famous old gym. It's gone now. Even the one that over here, that was the saddest thing. I think that
Oh,
was
Richie's?
Frenchie's.
Oh, Frenchies. Yeah.
That was like the saddest.
Yeah.
That was the saddest thing when he
Yeah.
passed away, because that was it. That was the end.
Yeah.
That was, at least for New York City.
Yeah.
That was truly the end.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, look, at the end of the day, regardless if you were born into it, but you were born into it, right? Because your brothers pushed you in it. You had no choice. So you were like, fuck it, this is what it is. So that was great that they did that, because now you know what it's supposed to be, not the bullshit that goes on now. You know what I'm saying? So when I first started, my father, he used to train at the Gladiators gym on 6th Street and I think it was Avenue A, 6 and A. And that's an old school gym. And I used to be I don't know, 8-year-old little punk running around looking at, watching them first, and I was like, okay, great. They're benching 400 pounds. And I'm like, oh, wow, girl, awesome. And they're doing like, what you call it, the vertical thing and the vertical press and then putting 9,000 fucking pounds on it. I didn't think nothing of it. It was just a part of my life. you know, and I was like, okay, cool. And I'm running around looking at, touching shit, cobwebs, dirty, you know, it was dirty and dusty, cobwebs all over the fucking place and bugs and spiders I'm chasing and shit. But, you know, I was around that all the time, you know, with the white tape, they used to tape their wrists back in the day, and then I started doing that shit later on.
You must have met Harold Poole and like.
Yeah, I don't.
Brown,
Yeah. I don't know them like that, but I've met them. Yeah.
Jim, you were there then. With
Yeah, I was a little. Yeah, but I was a little kid. I was a little runt, you know. So I didn't. Cause my father got me involved in like when I was like 8 or 9 in Shotokan, and then I kept on from there. And then when I was a kid, running around with him in this gym, and I was like, holy shit, there's a Gladiators gym. And now I realize when people talk about Gladiators, like, oh shit. Wow, I was a part of history, you know? Yeah. Like, oh, wow, I didn't, you know, and I'm not thinking, now when I say, yo, you know the Gladiators gym, they're like, yeah, of course, the Gladiators, you know, older heads, you know, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I guess there was something to that shit. But watching the way my father trained and shit, and I was like, damn, you know, and it was for hours. I was there like, if it was 3 hours or 4 hours, that was a little, you know, like we didn't leave there till, if we got there at 12, we didn't leave till like, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, so I didn't know. I'm going with my father. We're going to go with these big heads lifting with the T-shirts cut in the, you know, the T-shirts were cut in the middle, you know, and the shit was cut off and shit. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, but I didn't think nothing of it. You know, I just like, whatever. And then I was like, wow, this is just it's amazing the way these people train. And then when I was a kid, I watched World's Strongest Man back in the days, and knew that I wanted to get involved in that. I didn't know how, and I said to myself, there's no way I can. I'm never going to be strong enough to lift anything minutely close to a fraction of what they lift, you know, but it's just, it's not about that. I mean, you know, Brian Shaw and all these guys. I met Brian Shaw and, you know, Eddie Hall and shit, and Haftor, you know, but these, you know, monstrous. They're, you know, they're just not human beings, you know, so, but with that said, you know, you could still delve into that world, and I've trained, you know, and I've competed in strongman also. I've done like, I don't know, 5-6 years of CrossFit. No workout I've ever done in my life has been the worst since strongman training. And the conditioning strongman training brings is, I've questioned my being in life, you know, when I've gone through that shit. I'm like, you know, should I even be, you know, allowed to live, you know, because this shit's fucking insane. And then when you hear people talking about the bullshit and these gyms, you know, there's a workout and there's training. Like, you're training, these people working out. You know, I have a client, she said, oh, coach, you know what you need to do is put a mirror in here. Put a mirror for what? You want me to have continuous bad luck? We're not here to look at each other, you know? We're here to train. You come in, you train, you leave. You're not here to hang out, you know? I don't want you hanging out in here with me anyway. I don't like you that much anyway, you know? I just need you to get in here and get the fuck out of my truck, you know? So, you know, that's where I stay stuck on. I know that I'm, you know, with training no matter what. Even when I'm doing my own workout, it's a training session, not a workout, you know? Because that you can look up on CrossFit and work. I've done Fran, I don't know how many times in all these workouts, and they're great. You know, Filthy 50, I've done more than 20, 25 times, you know, which is great. But the strongman training brings you into another realm of existence that you question yourself like, holy shit, you know, wow, this is insane what these people go through. And these guys, you know, these top players, they're phenomenal creatures, man. And I remember when I was a kid watching them, and I was like, holy, you remember Taz, right? Yeah, that guy. Well, I saw him when I was a kid, and that guy was monstrous back then, you know. And he's now, you know, he's teaching also mental work too. The guy is amazing, man. These plates that you have here are super nice, man.
There's
these plates right here.
you know who's, I trained with what you call it?
I've been wanting to check. I'm looking at.
Yo, I love those plates, man.
I was gonna get a pit. I was gonna get some of these. These things are super nice, man.
You right?
Yeah, they're super nice. Oh man.
The space, the amount of space.
Yeah. I'm thinking for the truck, those would be perfect.
And I think those were like $2.19 a pair.
$2.19 for
Okay.
for 90 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a bit much, but it's good. I pay like 90 pounds for 245s. I mean, you know, the going rate.
Well, now they're more.
These?
The regular ones, like the caps. Like
Yeah,
these,
yeah.
they're more. I think now.
Oh.
They're not as cheap as they were before.
Oh, okay, okay.
They're not as cheap as they were before.
These
Because
are all right.
Before it was like $1 a pound.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember during the pandemic, people were going up to $5 a pound.
Yeah. And right now, I think it's like $150, $2.
Yeah. And I remember hitting people up, yo, what are you doing, man? I mean, you know,
Crazy.
I understand you want to make money. I wasn't gonna buy anything from them. Like, I know you want to make money, but dude, man, come on. You know, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, you're over here taking advantage
Of people.
of people. You know, that's not
There's,
cool, man.
What do you call it? There was a guy selling it out here. I forgot his name. Something. It was some weird Italian guy that thought he knew about training. I'm like, okay, give me something. But he was just selling it from the garage. Like he had a shitload of stuff.
Here in Brooklyn? Around here?
Queens, like Maspeth.
Oh, wait. Wait, I might buy stuff from him. His name is Matt?
Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
He's a little scrawny. Like he's.
No, he's a little thick. His house is right next to him?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
He does it like in a storage unit.
No, that's not the guy
He's
there.
in a storage unit.
No, this guy he has his house, and then he has like 2 storage units, and he trains.
Yeah, no.
He trains, you know, he does Wreckin and all that kind of shit. You know, I used to do a little jujitsu with his buddies, but he sells a lot of good stuff. I'll send you his, I mean, you got a lot of stuff already. You don't need more.
Man,
But
I wish, honestly, if this ends up popping off, like, what I want to do is just, I want to get a space. I want to make a warehouse.
yeah, well, that's where I want to go. I have some ideas, and it's bugging my ass because from all the places that I've been, all the places that I train, I have some ideas that I want. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to put that shit out there, but I also want to be with people that I know that I can trust. You know, because you know.
I want to make a club out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody in there. You gotta
100%, man, 100%. Yeah. I don't want to just let anybody in there.
Yo,
Cause
like even here, like I meet friends, people like that just come to train, and like people that I thought might actually be one.
nah, man, you can't let people in your house like this.
They're my friends.
Yeah.
But like you know what it was? I had a friend back then. His name was. I've had people along my life where they've been my training partner. Like my first one was in boxing, Saul.
Yeah.
Then when I was in third, I had like Angel and somebody else. I forgot his name. They were two. We were always training. Blah blah blah. Then it was cool.
Right.
Then here, when I moved out to Brooklyn, it was Liberato. He's still my best friend.
Right.
And we would just kick each other's ass
Right.
hours all the time.
Yeah.
And I miss that. Like I really enjoy just hanging out with somebody and just training all fucking day.
Yeah.
Then once he left to Colorado, it just ended. Then from there, I was like, okay, I'm trying to find somebody, but
Right.
nobody had that.
No. It's. I've had a lot of people come in and out of my truck, but that's it. Just come in and out of my truck. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I have to be all right with being able to be disciplined enough to push myself because not every. They'll come a couple of times, 2, 3, 4 times, and then all of a sudden they can't make the time. They can't do this. I'm like, you know what? Let's just avoid all of this. I'm not gonna bother.
I'm ready to wake up 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I get up at 3:15, between 3:15 and 3:30 every morning, so I got to get up, and get ready. But I can get up. I mean, I get up anyway, even if I don't. Like this morning, I got up. I was like, and I'm playing tic-tac-toe on my phone. I'm reading 531. What's his name? Wendler's system. I used to do 531 before. I love it. Love it. It's phenomenal program. Which I'm thinking about doing it again. And I'm reading it and I'm going through it. My wife's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. She thinks I'm doing something nasty or whatever. I'm like, no, I need to fill my brain up with more of this shit, and I want to stay in it. And then eventually I fell back asleep, and then I was like, fuck, man, but I've had people coming in and out of my life, man, and it's just, I am desperate to find partners and find a place, because I have some ideas that I want to bring people, but I want to have it like sort of like not exactly like West Side, like that, because I can't be. I mean, I've been to West Side. I'm not a West Sider, obviously. I was blessed to be able to go there, meet him, and see what goes on in there. And there was a little girl like her. I wanted to slit my wrist, and just cut my throat at the same time, and Harry Kiri, because I was like, it was her size, little like that. She's across the room. We're in one room. Me, Skiba, Zach Mars, Mars bar guy, Zach Mars, and another buddy, and she's on the other side with her, another girl, and this guy. She gets on the bar. She does 500 for double. And I went like this. Wait, are they still there? To check and see if I had a pair. I was like, the most I've ever been is I've had 420 at that time, 405, 425, and I was like, holy shit, little like that, and I couldn't believe it. Double 500, and then the next girl was 170. She did 700 for a double. And then the guy did 500, I don't know, 5 whatever, but I didn't care about him. I was like, holy shit. How is this even possible? It doesn't matter how much PEDs you take. The amount of training that takes. The amount, like I try to explain to people, the amount of work capacity you have to do to be able to be that strong. That little and that strong.
But women can keep up.
No, 100%. No, 100%. 100%. No, I have a client. Not client. My student. One of my boxers, my pros. His girl does fingertip pull-ups for reps. She's ridiculous. Like ridiculous. I'm like, I said, yo, we gotta get you to compete. Do something. I don't care what it is. He's a professional boxer. She's a trainer too, but she does fingertip two-hand fingertip push-ups like this, and I'm for reps. I was like,
oh, you gotta meet Denise. She hasn't even tapped her potential yet. One of the athletes that I'm training.
yeah.
She hasn't even. I haven't been able to tap because her ADHD is so
severe.
Severe.
I could only imagine.
It's
yeah.
so severe that I can't tap into it.
Yeah.
I have to drain her.
Yeah.
For her to just listen. But by the time she's drained,
yeah.
I can't really
Right.
weights on her.
Right.
So I make her do like 50 squats.
Yeah.
I'm doing like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
50, 25, 50.
Yeah.
5 reps. 5 sets of 50. 5 sets of 25.
Yeah.
But that's not what I do. That's whole my like I got trained with Stu.
Yeah.
He taught me. He was like if I can't. He was like back because the way he thought was like if I can't do 100-pound bench with 50
reps. Yeah.
Pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
Then why am I moving up?
Wow. Yeah.
That was his whole mentality.
Right.
I'm gonna do. If I can deadlift 400 pounds, I better do it 50 times.
Yeah.
Before I go up to the next one.
That's rough. Yeah.
He will do shit like that.
Yeah.
His training is very.
Yeah. It's intense, man.
But that's how I was trying to get. I was finally getting back into it last year, and then my back, and then my knee, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And I stopped.
Usually, what you probably, I mean, I know where you came from. I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But what you're telling me, just go. I'm doing it now, but I'm just going slowly, so I don't keep fucking myself over, because that's what I'm doing. I keep doing it, because I keep in my mind. I know what I did and what I could do, and I'm still thinking, okay, bro, banged up. You know, you're 61. Stop the bullshit. Let's go slow. We'll climb. We'll still keep climbing, and you're gonna be way ahead of the game, regardless. You're way ahead of anybody anyway. It doesn't matter. On your worst day, you could be in the bed, busted up, broken arm, God forbid something, and you'll still be ahead of everybody. Don't matter. Even if you came after the recovery, you're still gonna be better than everybody. So you stay stuck on that. Stay stuck on that. Don't mind fuck yourself because I go through a lot of it. You know.
It was funny. It's like I stopped training all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Let me take a break. I'm gonna do Olympic lifts. So I started doing Olympic lifts.
Yeah.
Started training Olympic lifts, and that was helping my back. I was like, you know what? My back is all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta figure it out. And do Olympic lifts, you have to have a tremendous amount of flexibility.
Yeah.
And your back has to be able to stand on that. All right. I'm
Yeah,
gonna start practicing Olympic lifts. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm like, yo, like, I'm going deep. I'm erect. I'm like my shit thing. I'm going all the way down. I'm like, fuck. I'm getting better. My back is getting stronger again. I'm squatting again. I'm doing 225, and then all of a sudden, I'm doing the squat, and then I go all the way down, and I was like,
On overhead?
yeah, and the overhead. I was like, I feel my knee.
Hey.
I was like, oh no, what's wrong with my knee? I'm like, I have it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get
I
up.
don't mean to laugh,
I was
but
like, yo,
I go.
It was funny, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
my back was healing, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
this bitch is, I'm like, I'm like, and then I have to stop again. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but I think by January.
Do you train with knee braces and stuff on? No, you should, man. You should.
Everybody's.
The only reason I tell you is because I was always against like trying to put anything on, and I said to myself, you know what, fuck you, you know, because all I'm doing is fucking myself. I'm still getting to work, and the stuff is there for a reason.
But you know what? I will.
So,
like I have them here.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of doing is, so I'm doing a lot of like lower rep. Not rep. I'm doing slow reps.
Yeah.
Very slow reps.
Yeah.
So I can be focused on the muscle.
Right.
And I'm trying to go real deep, full range, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Once I feel ready to go to like the 200s, I'm gonna start putting it. But right now, because it's so light,
Yeah.
like,
No, I mean you don't have to put it on in the beginning, but I would say
I have it.
I would say honestly, you know.
Even the belts, man. I never.
No, yeah. I use them.
I hate belts, honestly.
Yeah.
I started. I have like 4.
That's a nice belt. Let me see. This is
like
what's his name's belt, right? What the hell's his name? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't even remember his name.
I'm bad with names.
What the fuck? El
It's
Moreno.
pretty
Oh my God. Jesus. He was training with Haftor for a little while. You know, strongman.
It's a pretty belt.
It's a nice belt. I have this is nice actually. I didn't think shit was gonna be this nice.
Yeah, it's actually really nice.
I have the hell, the bell's like $200.
Oh, the one that you can like.
No. It's like this, but you could leave it open. You don't have to close it. You can open it and it opens up. Lord have mercy, it's right on the tip of my tongue. And it's worth it.
Is the Larry Wheels one?
No. SBD. Phenomenal belt. Best belt I use insert only, and then my wife bought it for me. Like, I mean, I knew about it, I just didn't buy it. She bought it for me like, I don't know, 5 Christmases ago. You know? This is cute. Yeah, this is cute.
But look at the inside.
This is cute. Holy shit. Oh, damn.
That's.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it is
Nice.
It's mad funny.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. But I would say, 100% use the stuff. I understand what you're saying, but you gotta understand how far you are now in the injuries. So why keep doing it to yourself? You're gonna keep going back and forth, and hurting yourself over and over and over. So don't do it to yourself. Just keep moving.
See, the first
keep
time
moving.
I got injured with my back,
Yeah.
I had a belt.
Yeah.
I had a belt. But we were doing.
Yeah, but you. Yeah.
We were doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, but you gotta remember. I mean,
We were doing.
it's not like you can't get hurt with this stuff on, but it will help. You know, and you were probably doing some off the wall shit. So it wouldn't matter if you had 12 belts on. You're gonna get hurt no matter what. You know, but truth to it now, I will use it depending on how I'm feeling, and the rule is use it around like 85%. Start using your belt, but what I say is depending on how you're feeling, because if you're going through all this stuff, doing core work, blah blah, all this bullshit, warming your stuff up, and then your back still feels a little grizzly, throw it on. Just don't put it tight. Just put it. I also use a soft belt. I use, you watch the World's Strongest Men stuff? They wear a soft belt first, and then one of these.
Like a Velcro.
Yeah, so I use that, and that does help, and it keeps everything nice and warm. So I use that. You can't use it in powerlifting competition. You can't use it, but in strongman, 100%. But they're also doing a lot of odd lifts and crazy angles that they're at, and they want to make sure that I have a bad back. I have 3 herniated discs. It goes L3, 4, and 5. So they're shot, and I got hit actually right here in Herkimer, Eastern Parkway by a car on my motorcycle. I used to ride ZX7R. I was one of those assholes that you saw on the highway, and boom, 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 and little wheelie here and there, and riding fast and doing burnouts on the corner, stupid shit like that, and then riding hard as fuck. Matter of fact, I was one day a cop, the other day I realized, damn, I should have said that in court, and I didn't. I don't know. I was just so pissed at him. I wanted to crack him. I was riding on. I used to work from Corp City. I used to be one of the Corp City cops for like 14 years. So I'm coming, and I used to live in Crown Heights, Maple Street between Rogers and Ocean Avenue. So I used to take this route, Jackie Robinson, all the time. So I knew every single turn. So I'm riding, and at that time there was these guys that they used to chase the motorcycle down, and if they fell, about 2 or 3 guys would pop out of the car, hit you over the head, take your bike, and be out. This was a thing. So the car was behind me, so I was out. I used to ride, and I always had a leather suit on, all that shit. So I used to ride, and I used to ride hard. So I'm riding, so I didn't see the cop on the side where there's like sometimes there's a tow truck, there's a big opening. So there was a cop there. I didn't see it. So the car, I guess, saw it and slowed down. I was out. The car came behind me, the cop car. And it was a white car too. The car was white. This car was white, but I wasn't gonna wait to find out. And then I'm doing about at least $1.25, and I'm riding, and then I see in the lights. I said, "Oh shit!" I see the wig wags. I'm like, "Oh man!" So I get off on Bushwick because it's my exit anyway. He took out his gun, and he goes like this: "You better die, motherfucker!" So I pulled over only because I was gonna show him, my ID, my badge, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm on the job, relax." And he's like, "You're not on my fucking job, This time he threw my keys and shit, and I got like $350 worth of summons, Yeah, I got suspended, my license, everything. Yeah, and I went to court like that, and I had to go to court. I was on the bike patrol, so I had to go to court with all my gear. I told the supervisor, "Yo, I got to go to court. I don't have time." He said, Go ahead. Just don't get." He said, "Jay, don't get into no shit. I'm telling you, because you're gonna put me." I said, all right. So I went with my partner, and I had my Glock and everything. Went to court right over Whitestone, and the cop comes. He goes, "You can't be here like that." I say, "Yo, my man, don't tell me what I can't do. All right? You see what it says in your jacket? The same shit says on my jacket. All right? So do me a favor. Don't talk to me. Go about your business." Him and his partner. And I get to the judge, and the judge is reading my stuff, but it never dawned on me. I never said anything about the gun. I never mentioned the gun. He brandished. He tried, stop me out with a gun, and I never called the supervisor or nothing. So I could have got him in trouble, and I fucked myself big time. And I told him when I got out, I said, "Yo, do me a favor, check this out. Don't ever let me see you around Co-op City, because I'm going to hammer your shit. I'm going to fuck your shit up. And you see the bike, remember my face in the bike, because it's going to go exactly where I came from on Jackie Robinson every fucking day. Good luck catching me, motherfucker. And my partner was like, yo, Jay, yo, Raj, take it easy. I said, fuck that nigga, fuck him, you know, and I left. And I got $350 summons and suspended. And I rode every day with that shit. And I looked for that son of a bitch too, to see if he was out there. But I was, every time I went by. Because I used to ride hard, but I don't know how I don't, as God is my witness, man, he watched over me, because I had a thing for speed, man. My ADHD was over the top, and I love the speed, man. If I heard a bike on the road when I got on the highway, and I hear them cracking, I'm like, yo, let's go. That's it. In between the cars. I used to ride, like, you know how you ride in between the cars? So one time I'm riding with a group, a whole bunch of old bikers with these big ass bikes, and there was another guy that had a crotch rocket. So we had to ride in front so we could stop the entrances so the bikes could keep coming. So we used to go in the front. So he took one end on the Long Island Express on that side, I took this side, and we were riding in between about 50, 60 miles an hour. That if somebody spit or opened the door or changed lane, we were done. And me and him were we were fucking around, and we were like, excuse my French again. I didn't tell you I was French, besides Puerto Rican, right? I'm French too. But I'm riding hard, so he's riding hard, I'm riding hard. So, it's what do you call it? Test of testicles over there, back and forth. We're riding, he's riding hard, I'm riding hard, so I'm trying to go in between the lane to get to the next exit. So we were racing each other in between the lane to get to the next exit so we could stop the cars from coming so the bikes keep coming. Retarded shit. And then over here in Herkimer, I was just coming back from second knee surgery on my knee. Just came back, been out a month. Just got back, so I was working midnights. I'm riding on Herkimer and Eastern Parkway. A car comes from the side lane, turning, boom, smashes me. I go right on the 1970 Cadillac, the whole bike and me, and my legs were pinned. And I thought they were broken because I couldn't feel them. Yeah, so I was like, shit. So off-duty fireman pulled me out. He pulled me out, and I thought my legs were broken. I couldn't feel them. I was like, shit. I was like, fuck. My father actually came. I called my wife. I said, yo, call the job. Tell them I'm underneath a car. I'm not going to make it. And I was in crazy pain. My hips, I think that's, besides all the karate shit, from all the kicking, all that crap and getting hit, and then that accident definitely put me over the top. These hips, I was like, it felt like somebody took a cat iron and just stuck it in my hip. I was in that much pain, like a lot of pain. I used to work at the Sports Club LA. It was Sports Club LA then, and Equinox now, 61st, 1st and 2nd Avenue. And I had a client that lived on 53rd and Sutton. Sometimes I'd take a cab over there, and it's only like 8 blocks, but I wouldn't walk. I was in that much pain. And then sometimes I would just cancel the session. I would just eat the $125 or whatever the fuck it was then. I would just eat it, and I'm like, yo, I can't make it. She don't give a shit. She's like, oh, wow, free session, great. Instead of be like, yo, coach, I understand. Obviously I'm not, I don't charge people for emergencies, but it's like, yo, dude, that this is like legit shit. I'm not gonna charge you. If you got something legit and it's hurting you, I'm not gonna say, yo, you owe me the session. That's how these people are, man. Well, because you work with them too. So they don't care about nothing as long as it's their time and their money. That's it. And nothing to do that you're making them better in their life. I mean, it wouldn't even matter. It baffles me, man, that they. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like my wife did tell me this, and it stuck with me. It did stick with me. She says, listen, they see you as service. They don't see you as a teacher, a trainer, a coach. They see you as service. That stood with me for about 2 or 3 days.
You're the product.
Yes, so for 2 or 3 days, I was a little fucked up in my head. So I'm walking around like shit, and she's like, "What's the matter?" And I say, "What you told me about, 3 days ago. I would never, like when I go to my coaches, when they, because you train people, so you know the amount of energy. So you got to be careful what kind of energy you're around people. 'Cause I'm big on that shit. That's why I sage my truck and everything. I clean it, I sage it. I'm like, yo, get this nasty ass energy out of here. But what happens is when I go to the coaches, they happy to see me because they know they're gonna have a good time. They tell me jump and hi. Let's go. 'Cause I can't afford you. I can't afford the amount of knowledge that you've brought, that you've learned, for me to come here and act a kind of way. Even the amount of shit I know, I still, I know that, I'm pretty confident in what the fuck I do and all that shit, but I don't sit here thinking like I think who the fuck I am, I mean, I'm like, yeah, I've done some badass shit in my life, but so what? Big deal. Who cares? So it only means something to me, nobody else, So I don't see how these people, I just can't get over that still. So, I know when I go to see my coach, they're happy to see me because they're like, yo, Jay's here, let's go, because it's going to be a good time. And I want to learn, I video the shit, what they show me sometimes. Yo, no, coach, please, I'm not going to remember. Trust me, I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to remember because I just, my short-term memory's gotten that bad, that I'll forget we even had a conversation. Yo, we were in my basement, don't you remember? I said, no, I don't remember, man. My wife brought you some water downstairs. You're gonna pass out from the dryness. I said, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, man. It's just, so somehow, some way, there's got to be enough people like us to get out there and push these other, bullshit ass people
But I think
aside.
you know what it is? I don't know, man. It's just so much of it. Cause like everybody's, you follow Diamond Gym, the Unk and Hadi.
No. I know of them, but I don't.
I gotta show you some videos. People always criticize it. They're not doing anything. They're all trying to be all scientific and shit. They're not doing anything. They're not even doing full range of motion. No. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah,
Right.
I do that for. Yeah, you do that. I hate it because like they compare it with themselves, but like
Right.
whatever these guys are doing at the Diamond Gym, and I get it because they're grinding it out. They're doing like 100 reps, 50 reps, type shit.
Dude, 100 reps of anything is a lot.
It's a lot.
They got nothing to do with nothing.
They're like, yo, you can't even compare your 3 sets of 10 to
Yeah.
20 sets of whatever the hell
Right.
they're doing
Facts.
crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
That's insane.
That's like back in the
Yeah.
Sergeant Ray used to do that shit.
But again, it goes back to, what I was saying before is the work capacity, man. People don't want to do work capacity. It just, let me do this. The other thing is, like if I'm putting somebody to do, okay, he has a bad knee, right? His knee is shot, and he wants to squat. Okay, no problem. I got you. We're gonna box squat. We're gonna box squat a certain amount, and then we're gonna drop it down as you feel better. So don't worry about it. I got you because I've already been through this shit.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is great, but your ass is gonna need a big box, bro.
No, I was doing the box instead.
With this?
Then I started going there.
Oh no, but this thing is not gonna hold you.
It does.
Hold you up. Yeah?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
doing, I was doing it 45 each.
Okay.
I was going all the way down to the lowest.
No, but I wouldn't even have you go down not that deep yet. No, not yet.
I went.
I would have you go like 16 inches, 17 inches, and work your way
I
down.
was 24.
Yeah.
Box up
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And then I went down to 16.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, let me go a little lower.
Yeah, don't rush yourself. Don't rush yourself. Just add the weight as you're going, and then add in single leg stuff. Add in single leg because now I like Bulgarians are a bitch, but I do Bulgarians, and I gotta hold on. I can't do how you see people doing it all cute with them. I love to do it, but I can't. I gotta hold on. I gotta hold on to something, and then I was doing it, last night, and that will help solidify all the stuff you're doing. Before you start squatting, do isometric holes at the bottom of the rack and a lot of eccentric stuff to help, but that helps because my knees are shot, man. They hurt a lot. This one hurts a lot.
I've been doing a lot of like if I do a squat, I'll squat and then I'll stop halfway and then I'll hold it, then squat.
You could do that. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that too. But I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that yet either. I wouldn't even do that. Like myself, I'm working on eccentric and pauses. I'm doing, and then I'll do, single leg. And I'm also, I didn't see that you have here. Maybe you have it upstairs. Belt squat. If you don't, get one. Trust me.
It wouldn't fit.
No. I have one in the truck that you attach it right here. And it's not like an actual belt squat, right? Because the belt squat is a belt squat, but you can attach it here and get the one that has a little lever on the bottom so you don't have to drop it and pick it up because it's a pain in the ass. I got the old school one. You got to pick it up. You got to go on your knees, put it around your belt, and then pick it up. It's a bitch. They have another one, new one, that it has like a little stand, cute little stand. I'm like, oh, how cute. It's like $300 though. I was like, holy shit. But it helps. Plus, it won't hurt your back. So you can squat. After you finish the squatting on the box, get on the belt squat and work more volume, more work capacity. So your legs can get bigger and stronger. And it's not gonna hurt your back. And sometimes my back is bothering me. So instead of pissing off, I'll just do that. And sometimes I'll go through this thing where like, you're not really squatting. You're like, yo, calm down. Dude, they go back and forth. Yo, you're not squatting. No, bitch ass, we're getting work. You got work capacity. Don't worry about it. Let's go. It's like, oh yeah, I get myself tired. Like I'm put in work. That's it. Put in work. So what I try to do is 100, whatever it is, to 100 reps. So, and then once I get the 100 reps, then I'm feeling all right. And I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling pretty good. Now I can walk out of here with some type of dignity, because I'm in pretty bad shape. I'm in bad shape. So that would help 100. I mean, man, if I had you, oh my God, I'd have you crazy. You're gonna walk out of here like, yo, Jared, let's go. Be like, yo, what happened to this guy? He's been in that truck for a month. Who is he?
Yo, man, starting Monday. Starting Monday. I gotta figure out my routine for next.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like a 6-week cycle.
Yeah.
Of like high volume, and then I'm gonna start decreasing it. So
Right.
Do like the fives. I want to do like 5 reps. I want to be able to go back to like, because I was working in the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
Like powerlifting. To consider going and compete in those. And I was doing like I think 8 sets of 2s.
Right.
And then the last set rep, I would do the last set I would do 3 reps.
Yeah. But you were doing max and dynamic effort work, or like in the beginning of the week you were doing max effort and then
well, he was telling me. So he had told me try this for 6 weeks.
oh, your coach. Okay.
Well, that was Ken from Institute of Iron.
Right. Okay.
And he was saying, go try, because I was like, oh, because he knows Kiva. That's how I found
Okay.
Because of him. And he told me do 6 weeks of this type of training. I think it was like deadlift on Mondays. What was it? I think bench on Tuesdays, rest on Wednesday, squat on Thursdays, and do bench and squat. Bench and deadlift on a Friday.
Right.
I was all right, and it was all like 8 sets.
Right.
Like 2s.
Right.
Cool. I'll do some warm ups and do like rotator cuff and do some ab work and do a little light bicep and curls. Just to pump.
Yeah.
And then I'll go into that workout. But that was like about it. That was what we did.
Right.
After that, I never.
No, the reason I asked. Oh, thank you so much.
I wasn't really too sure what else to do with that.
Thank you. Thank you. That's good. You doing accessory work too? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I when I got back from like right now I'm doing like I was doing 5x5, and I don't know for whatever reason. It's a simple program of 85%, but I'm having trouble with it. So I started doing.
5s?
Yeah. At 85%, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, but I kept trying, and I said, okay, something's going on. So I'm doing 4x5. So 4 rounds, 5 reps of it. Then when I came back from when I came back from West Side, I was doing the West Side work for a while. I was doing, the reason I asked is because I was doing, if you're doing 8x2, depending on what you're doing, I was doing 3 to 4 week cycle. Fourth week was deloading. So you do a max effort in the beginning of the week. Friday you do dynamic with bands, and it has to be, dynamic, and then it's 50% of the weight of your actual weight, and then it's 25% of your band tension. So you measure it out you measure it out with the fish scale. I got one in the truck and all that shit. So that helped me a lot, a lot.
The way he told me, it was like by the end of the 6 weeks, you should
Yeah.
be able to lift 10 pounds more
Right.
than what you were lifting in the beginning.
Right.
Okay. That's how he
Yeah.
explained it to me.
Yeah. No, it sounds good. It's just the reason I'm saying is because I've sometimes I'm working on different programs and they're not feeling good for me for whatever reason. So, and I've done like 5x5 several times, and I'm like, all right, I just don't like it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with
I
me.
usually do 5. I like 5.
Yeah, they're not so simple. Yeah, it's a good simple system, and you have to have time because 5 reps of 5 rounds is gonna take you some time, and sometimes it's a little, it's a bitch. But I find 4x5, I don't know, for whatever reason, faster, and I can get it done, and I'm like, okay, this feels pretty good. And then depending on the percentage also. But I do want to go back to the West Side method because doing the West Side method, I grew a lot and I got stronger. It was phenomenal. I felt amazing. Plus, you're working on speed strength with the bands, and that shit lasts weeks, and you can't lift. Like I try to explain to, well, I don't even know why I bother explaining to these people, but I explain to them that you can't lift heavy weight slow. It has to be fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the reasons, Louis.
It's plyometrics.
Yeah, Louis was a genius, And I mean, I can't do any plyometrics, but I was trying to do. No, I know, but I was trying to. I want to add in, plyos and stuff, and I was doing like little low box drills.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I look pathetic. I don't want nobody to see this, because I try to do it with the clients. I'll have them do, box jumps before they start. I have them do power work first before they start their strength work and stuff like that. And I try to hurry them up. I warm them up first and all that. And then I try to hurry up because I can't do so much. But you have to be careful because, they don't know what's going on. But I do. So just as long as I know what's going on, but as long as you just move it along, please, so we can get you out of here in an hour,
I think the biggest thing was I didn't enjoy so much with that powerlifting was the rest period.
Yeah. You did or didn't?
I didn't.
Oh, the waiting?
Oh, no. Because he told me.
Yeah.
Give you like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
Even up to 5.
Mm-hmm. And depend.
Too cold.
Yeah, but it depends on how heavy you're going. Because if you're going heavy like the way you're going, you gotta wait.
I was like, yo,
You gotta wait.
I get anxious. I get really I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because I grew up learning.
Right.
Come on, let's go. Like Stu, I trained with her before. I was like, come on, I can't train with her.
Right.
I get really anxious.
Right. Yeah, but remember, look. Remember how old were you when you were?
Young, even when I was in my teens. I was
Okay, so
even
okay.
recently when Stu comes sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like da.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're still in your 30s, right? You could still get away with that. Like even honestly, I used to train, no bullshit, when I was doing martial arts and shit. And I was gonna compete. I was training 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
No bullshit. This hand of God, my grandson. I would get up at 4 in the morning, run. I used to live by Prospect Park, so I used to run the park, come back, 10 rounds of rope, get on my bike, adrenaline is rush, have my coffee, a shot of espresso, and Black Mamba back then, some black. I have some actually still. I pop that. Yeah, I pop that shit. Get on the motorcycle. Woo, woo, and you know the entrance when the Jackie Robinson. So the people who lived there in the house, I know that they had to be cursing my life, because as soon as I got on, all you hear was, what? Every morning, man, every night or whatever, what? Because I open it up, and then I know where the curve is. You know the S curve. So I've taken that S curve at one time, 70 miles an hour, no bullshit. And I thought, oh fuck, I'm gonna die. But I had a buddy who used to ride, so he taught me how to lean. He went to the riding school. I forgot the name of it. I couldn't afford it, but I used to ride with him, so he was teaching me how to lean. So if you ever saw my bike, it had that much space on the tire. That's how much I would lean. So I was pretty good. And he taught me how to lean. And if it wasn't because of that, I would have been dead. Because I've seen parts of bikes on the turn on the floor. And I'm like, holy shit. And once you get to the turn, you can't see if there's traffic. So you don't know. One time I rode with this guy. I didn't ride with him. I was on there. There was a guy named, fuck is his name? Anyway, he was known in the community for riding. And I heard him coming. And I was riding and he was coming. And I got to the spot first. And he comes and there was traffic. And I said, holy shit, this guy's gonna wipe out. But I realized, oh wait, he goes like this and he does an endo in the front. That's when you pick the bike up from the back and the whole bike comes up in the back and the front and you stand up like this and then you come down. I was like, holy shit. Like he just made the turn and endo up and I was like, oh my God, this guy's a monster. He was known in the community, in the street. I forgot his name. He was like 6 foot tall, skinny. He looked like Snoop Dogg. And he had forgot the name of the bike. I think it was Yamaha or Honda. I don't remember, but he was ridiculous. I used to see him in the street riding, like in between cars and a wheelie. You know, one time there was a shop on the other side of the park that they used to go and get their bikes fixed because they knew the guy there. Or one of the guys used to work there, and he just got his bike back, and he's riding in the street, you know, just testing it out. And the cops are there. He's wheeling in they knew him. So he's wheeling, and they're not gonna catch him. There's like nothing they can do, unless they shot him. You know, that's how nasty this guy was with the bike. Like ridiculous, man. You know, I forgot his name. It'll come to me after I leave, but you know, he was amazing, man. And I didn't ride with them. Like, those guys were. I used to ride with other people. I wasn't wilding out, whatever. I used to wild out by myself a lot. Like I've been chased by the cops maybe 2 or 3 times, but there's the one time I stopped. To, hopefully, like he understood, but he didn't want to hear it. You know, so it's my own fault. I did it to myself. You know, but you know, and I've hit a taxi from the back one time, but smashed right into it because they just shot short, and I was coming off of when you come off the highway, and he stopped short, and I was like, oh shit, you know, and I didn't have time to even endo in it, bam, and boom on the floor, and I was like, fuck, and then he gets out, yo, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bro, my bike, you know, and then he got in his shit, he left, and I had to pick up my stuff, I hurt myself a little bit, but I was early 30s, I think, I felt like I was indestructible. You know, but now I'm paying for all that shit, you know, so now I feel it, you know, that's why I tell you, you could still 100% get in there, just don't let your mind play tricks on you, man, because I know that, you know, you were training that way with him. The problem is now you got these real injuries and you got to make sure that you don't fuck around, man, because you got this house, you got the wife, you got the family, you got to take care of yourself, man. I'm not telling you to be a bitch ass. That's not who you are. I'm just telling you, take some precaution, put some knee sleeves, put all that, put a belt, put knee sleeves. Don't mess around.
I think once I started training with, because I was experimenting like that, so I went to Oscar and I went to different other individuals, and I'm very open to learning whatever.
Yeah.
I think they were a little more brute in that's where things became different. I was like, okay, and I felt it too. I was like, yo, this type of training is gonna hurt me.
Right.
So let me try it.
Right.
And then it ended up did hurt me. Like it was cool. The numbers we were doing like what 500-600 pounds. We did like 20 reps. And then,
500 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow. God bless.
Doing some crazy
Holy shit.
Some of those dudes were making me do crazy shit.
Sheesh.
I was like, I was under that. I was doing leg press, 1,300 pounds for 50.
Wow.
And full range all the way down.
Yeah.
Like, it was kicking my ass. So I was like, I'm gonna just do it. Yeah. So and then it was that day. I remember I was squatting with the belt. I was like doing some stupid reps with them, and I heard it.
Yeah.
Something shifted.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll just keep going.
Yeah. No, yeah. That was,
I was
yeah.
like, fuck this.
Yeah, but you know what it is too is sometimes if you don't breathe into, like, I explain everything to them. I don't give the clients a lot, but enough for them, enough that they got to put on the belt. And I explain to them, I need you to, you know, that bracing that we did from the floor, brace, push that out, front, side, and back of the belt. Brace, but push it all the way around the belt. All right, there's something called Valsalva maneuver. Brace and push that shit out where you can feel it everywhere when you're bracing. So it's got to be tight, squeeze everything. You know, I give whatever little bit of, I don't do max with them, you know, obviously that's dangerous because they're not invested like that, but enough that they could grind a little bit where they could feel like, oh wow, he's really having me do something, you know, something that they're never going to do in their life, you know. And I've had, you know, like the doctor I had, he was 60, I'm 61, he was 63 or 64 at the time, and I had him doing 425 box squat, 275 bench, 225 overhead press, and 405 or 415 deadlift. And he's worked out all his life, but worked out, never trained. So this is the first time when I got him, he was like, holy shit, because he's been in the gym, you know, his little bench pressing, little curls and shit, little bullshit leg work he's done, not really squatting and stuff like that. And he's built like a powerhouse. He's built like you, like fucking thick and strong as fuck, you know. Like I'm not built this way, you know. I'm built it more. I mean, my natural weight is 165 pounds. I'm 250, so I had to build that up. It's not something like I can't go where he went, you know. There's never. I'd have to die and come back again, you know. So, you know, he's built that way. You know, you just built for power. That's it. When I see somebody and I'm like, holy shit, this motherfucker, I get excited because I'm like, yo, this motherfucker don't understand how he's built for power. You know, like, oh shit. You know, this doctor was not tall. He was like, I don't know, 5'6", but built thick and strong, thick ankles. And I'm like, you know, I got to build these up. These are not thick. You know, I've fought at 158 pounds. The most is 165. That's it. That's my natural weight. So I'm built athletic look, not like this. This is just over the years of lifting heavy ass shit and grinding and trying to, you know, because I like that look more than I like mine. So I was like, damn, these guys, when I used to see somebody look like you, I'm like, yeah, I want to look like that too. Fuck you. You know, I'm walking around like, damn, man, that motherfucker he don't understand, man. Shit. That's a badass look, man, you know? So I used to get pissed, and I'm like, fuck it, I got to do something about that shit. I had enough of this athletic looking bullshit, you know? Six-pack ass, fuck big six-pack. I want traps, you know? I don't want that shit. I want a barrel for a waist. You know, I want to look thick from the side. I'm like, damn, that nigga's thick. You know? And people that lift, they know, you know? They know, like, yo, the other boy put some work in, you know? He put some work, you know? So they're going to think twice. Regardless, they're going to think twice if they even think about wanting to do something or think like, yo, let's go, maybe not this one. Let's go to the next one. You know, let's check the next one over there, you know? So, you know, you're doing something right, obviously, you know? You know, when I met you, when I first saw you, I'm looking at my ankles and my wrists. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker, boy. He's built for this shit, boy. He's built for this shit. Man, forget about it. I mean, I'd have you in there, in that fucking thing, like, come on, kid, let's go. 'Cause I get excited, you know, and I live off that energy. I have to, you know. This is all I got left, you know. So I gotta live off of that. That's what I'm trying to get my grandson in, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm trying, but he straight up told me he's lazy, you know. He said, Grandpappy is this, you know. He calls me Grandpappy. He said, you know, I'm just lazy, you know. But he's natural, man. His mom has she was a basketball player, and she has thick ass ankles, and he has thick wrists, thick ankles. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, he's dense, you know. So, can you make that? Yeah, but people like this guy, my grandson, and this dude, come like that already. So you're already ahead of the game. So that's why I tell you, stay stuck on that, man. Forget about what. I understand where your head is at, but stay stuck on that. It don't matter. You can have 100 dudes in there. You're ahead of probably 99 of them. That's just the way it is, bro. That's how God made you. You know, and people gonna hate. They're gonna hate just because how you look. So, you know what to do? Fuck you, man. Hate, what can I tell you? You know? That's it.
That's why I built this place. I'm like,
Yeah.
even if I don't want to, I'll just train it.
Dude, man, this you know the what's his name? You seen oh my God, I just saw him last night. Jesus. Haviland? Tom Haviland?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, he's from Australia, I believe. He's a complete, utter monster. He does like over 400-pound zerches. It's like for reps. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, that'll like rip your humerus, your tendon. You're like, wow, you know, like his traps are like out here. He's got abs. He's like over 300 and I think 350, 60 pounds, and he's 6'7", and he trains and he doesn't compete. He does what you're doing for life, you know. And he's not out there. He just puts it on there, and he always has his back. I mean, now you can see his face. Yeah, that's the guy. There, that's him. Now he's putting his face out a little bit, but he always has his back turned and shit. Watch, you know, and it's not for show. Like one of the things I've done, I always did, you know, like my training, like I'm not doing it for show. I'm doing it for myself, you know. I mean, I know people need to hear maybe what I have to say or not, whatever, but it's not for that. I'm not doing it for vain purposes. I'm doing it to let people know there's other people maybe like myself that I want to hear, oh yeah, you know what, this guy's busted up, he's been through it. You know what, I could do this shit, you know.
And the stories are cool, man.
Yeah.
It's like war stories.
Yeah.
It sounds like to me. I like hearing the stories. I grew up with all that.
State, man, you're lucky that you got your brothers, and you're lucky, man. I mean, I have my dad, obviously, but my father, he didn't train me, you know what I'm saying? He was a professional wrestler. He didn't train me. He just, I think he was more mad at me because I was so skinny and puny and sickly. Because I was always a skinny little piece of shit and asthmatic and, you know, almost died. My mom, God rest her soul, said that I almost died twice. They had to intubate me when I was a kid. You know, I don't remember that shit. I remember being sick a lot, though, you know, so, you know, and I think my father was this big, burly, 250, 260 pound, you know, monster that, you know, Mr. Johnny Rods, you can look him up, he's on there too, RODZ, a unpredictable one, and he's Hall of Famer, you know, so, you know, now he's second time Hall of Fame. They just gave him another ring, you know. Yeah. He's been, you know, he was with WWF for like 20 years with the old man. And then once the old man died and Junior came on, they were making it all theatrical, so he took off. He's like, fuck this, you know, so. Yeah, Pop Dukes is, he's on there now. You found him? Yeah, that's Pops. That's my dad. That's Pop Dukes.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's my dad. The unpredictable one. So, you know, he, you know, I've watched him all the years, you know, so, so I just, you know, I obviously, I saw things that I wanted to do. I just wanted him to, you know, maybe him teach me and him be there for me. but I had to do it on my own. So I learned a lot of this stuff
I think
alone.
that generation's pops are rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
That generation was rough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about that stuff, but yeah, it was not great. That's for sure.
As
You know,
along,
yeah,
I think along everybody that I know
Yeah.
your age.
yeah, it was not great. So I just, I know he did his shit, and I wanted to be a part of that, but I wanted him to teach me, and he didn't really, he put me on, but then I got, bumped around on my own, had to figure it out, like when you said that you had the ADHD lady that you took her and trained, that's what, when I have it, I had to learn that on my own. Nobody, taught me, so I said, what the fuck I'm gonna do with this girl? Let me see. Now, I'll get her tired as fuck, and then we'll move on. But then, like you said, she got tired and she couldn't, really do it. One day I had her and she was like ADHD to like 1,000, and I'm at a 300. She's about 1,300, and she goes, Coach, what are we gonna do with this? What are we gonna do with this? I said, girl, I just had you do over 350 squats, all kinds. What do you mean? What we're gonna do with that? What the hell else you want to do? What's wrong with you? We can't put weight on your back, like that, because you can't take it. And her ADHD won't let her. She's too off the wall. Too. She was a sweetheart. It was just too much. And I have too much to teach and show you for that amount of the ADHD. No amount of ADHD. I can't. I ended up having to let her go. I had her for like 5-6 years. I just couldn't do it no more. I couldn't do it no more. I had to stop her sometimes. I said, listen, I can't with you. I got to go. She said, oh, Coach, you start crying. I'm like, okay, I'll listen. I say, Cam, man, you're not listening, man. You're not listening. You're going to get hurt, man. You're not, this is what you have to do. There's no magic pill. This is it. The grind is it. This is the secret right here. And you don't want to do it. You think you got to take something else. So I think she's on Ozempic or some other shit, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. And people that have had it on Ozempic, they've gotten weaker. And I tell them, you got weaker, right? She says, no, Coach. I say, yeah, you gotten weaker because you used to lift. You got nothing to lift with no more. You have no strength no more. You're not grinding no more. Huh? Well, not eating either, but you're not grinding. You're not pushing nothing. So you're not going to lift. It doesn't matter. Even if you had the worst diet, if you train, you're gonna create something. I mean, because I know people that used to eat like shit, and they still were like, I said, damn, I just motherfucker ate well, and got the protein he's supposed to. Forget about it. He'd be a monster. But that's just the way it is. And, it's something to do with genetics too, obviously. But, some people are just built for it. And some people's grind is just, I'm still fighting that, like continuous, don't let that grind go at all. Because if I let that go, then that's it. You might as well put some cement shoes on me and throw me in the river, because I ain't good to nobody. I'm not going to be good for nobody. I can't take enough drugs, to calm myself, my brain down, because people annoy me so much that I need this. This is like my fix, So this is my drug, It's just that it's difficult it's a little tough sometimes just to do it alone, depending to like the age and all that. Like this cat Haviland, he's probably in his I would guess he's maybe in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. So you still got like crazy amount of grind in you, When you get to like maybe late 40s, and I'm not even gonna say that, because even when I'm 61, right before the pandemic came, you couldn't catch up with me. I was like, yo, let's go, come on, motherfucker, let's go. Because they used to be in the club, the sport club. You guys gotta stop yelling and shut the fuck up. They were like, yo, Jay, yo, Coach, you can't be like that. I said, what are you talking about? We're training, man. This is how I train. They bullshitting around and I'm training, and you want me to be down here and do what? To show what I do. For what? So how am I supposed to do this? You don't want me to let the bar go down. You don't want me to throw it on the rack. What do you want me to do? Place it on the rack? Be nice to this shit? There's no nice in this work like this, man. This is not how this works. I'm gonna get hurt. And that when I got hurt, I didn't go back downstairs. I didn't go back downstairs, and I told the manager, I said, look, man, this is exactly why I don't go down there. This bullshit, Now, if you could get these people away from me when I come train, then bet I'll come back down. Other than that, I'm not coming back down. So I just I had stones and all kinds of shit inside the room, and I stood inside there. I stood in there, you know, and I said, listen, the only thing you got to worry about is I'm the third highest trainer pulling the money in here. That's all you got to worry about. That's all. That's all. Don't worry about me, because you don't give a shit about me. Nah, that's all. You know, they don't give a fuck. You know. So, and anybody that went down, any of my people, when they went downstairs to do accessory work or anything, everybody knew. Like all the trainers, one, they knew not to talk to my people for sure, because I always told the people, yo, anybody comes in here, and we used to have meetings and shit. I said, yo, let me let you guys know, anybody in here talks to my client, just try it again, you're gonna have a problem with me. All right, there's enough to eat in this place. So, and then also, they didn't know what I was doing anyway. Plus, my clients, when they went downstairs, they already knew, like, yo, like if a new trainer came, they tried to talk and say, they were like, yo, no, that's coach's student. Don't even bother. Don't go over there. Leave them alone. They know what they're doing, and don't go over there. Don't talk to them. Leave them alone. Trust me. You're gonna have a problem with coach. You know. So then I was like, all right, cool. So I didn't care if they went roaming around the whole gym, because everybody, they understood. To stay away from. There's plenty there. You don't have to be mooching off nobody's. And people do that shit. It's like crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. They do that. There's so much, so much to eat, and you're gonna go and try to snatch somebody else's, shit. I had one guy, we were cool too, and he didn't know that I was training, I think the wife, and he was training the husband, but he didn't know that. And then when I heard that he was trying to talk to them, I took him. Yo, me and you gotta have a little discussion, and I didn't hit him or nothing like that. I said, yo, let me find out that you trying to mooch off. And he said, now you and I gonna have a problem. So if you're ready for that problem, let's get it over with now. He said, oh, Jay, hold up, what are you talking about here? Then he didn't know when I said, okay. I said, okay, but he said, no, I would never do that shit. You know that. Especially to you, I wouldn't do that shit. I got mad respect for you. And I said, all right, I just want to let you know, there's enough to eat here that you're gonna have to go after mine. And I'm like, because I'm not like that. I'm not that way at all. I'll be 100% with you unless you decide you're gonna be different with me. Then all bets is off. That's a badass tats, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I was looking at them and I'm like, this shit's a badass.
I haven't finished though.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man.
I gotta finish them soon. Shit hurt.
You think? Especially down there. Do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come on purpose. We're gonna do a leg day and calf workout, and then go have him do his tattoo. Set him up for a tattoo session. He's gonna be like, yo, Jay, fuck you, man.
I told my guy that I want to do. Let's line up my body and then fill it in after.
Yeah.
I can't take both.
Yeah. Oh, he does them at the same time?
Yeah,
he fills them up?
Before I used to. This one she was doing it.
Oh, you do tattoo? Oh shit.
She was doing this one, but we haven't finished. I have a lot of unfinished shit. Like.
Wow. That's a badass tat, man. You try. Holy, imagine if you actually, man, that's beautiful, man. Shit.
I got my back ready, but I haven't done it. I'm scared of that one.
Why?
It's gonna hurt.
Of course it's gonna hurt.
Oh my gosh.
This guy here, super heavy-handed. So you would not like him, cause he goes. Say, yo, you good? You mad or something? Is a problem? You can't move because you fuck it up. And here hurt like crazy. Over here hurt like crazy. Here very sensitive, and under here, like there's a spot under here.
This whole thing was.
Yeah.
Oh, here James was laughing because I got tickled stop. I was like,
You have a lot of tattoos though?
nah,
Yeah.
I have like my
They're
ribs.
big.
Oh.
Very, very big. They're big pieces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My wife has 17 tattoos, but not like that big. They're just stuff like a little bunch of like names and cute little bullshit. She got one nice one down her spine that I saw her. I don't even remember where I saw it. I just saw a picture of it, like a vine, but it was a nice vine, straight down. I think this guy, he did it a little bit too thick though, because it's thick now, so it's like, it doesn't look as fine. He should have used a super fine pen, but it's a beautiful tattoo, man. So it went straight down. She was like, ugh, she could hold some pain. She was like, and I'm like, yo, look at you. And then this leg, which this, yeah, this one over here. This hurt this side, only this didn't hurt so much. Over here it hurt, back here. And then I want to do this side, but he moved to Puerto Rico. So I mean, I can find him. I just got to take a trip over there.
You can go to my guy.
Yeah, but he does Maori.
Um,
Yeah, I want to keep the same. See, I have. He worked around this one. You see this? I have tiger here, and a dragon. So these tattoos are not quite as nice as that. Obviously, you can see this, how crappy it is. So this tattoo was before you guys were born. The guy's name was Huggy Bear. Yeah, and he did the Hell's Angels, their tattoos. And at that time, he was in Park Slope. At that time, you couldn't get tattoos were illegal.
yeah.
So you had to go in, knock 3 times, pause, knock 2 times, pause, knock 3 times. Then he asks, who is it? And then tell him who sent me. And that's how you do it. Yeah, that's how it was. And it was in Park Slope. And that's how I got these. And I got these because this is another cool story. I was doing Kung Fu at the time and I wanted to get them branded. But I was down for it. It's just that the guy, one of the older students found the guy, but when he found out what it was for, he said, no, I'm not doing that for you guys. So we had to get the tattoo. So I said, okay, so I'm going to go get this. So there's only like 3 of us with these same exact tattoos, like this, yeah. So then we went and got, when I was with this teacher, because I was very, 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 very extremely into, like Shaolin Kung Fu. Like I thought I was going to be like the next high priest. But I got so, like I was so engrossed in it so bad that I got these done. And then I was gonna have them, have the guy do it. And he said, no, Jay, don't take that off because that's part of your history already. So I'll work around it. I say, you're right. Good thinking. I'm glad one of us was thinking because I would have covered it up and then that would have been part of my history. I was with this teacher for like 10 years, So yeah, it was just, and I was doing, he like I told you, he was doing, I was doing a Hungar system. It was a Southern style of Kung Fu. Did that for and that's what I wanted because I didn't want to, I was, not that I was against anything else, it's just that I've always liked hard styles. Like I like Kyokushinkai, I like Goju, I like Shotokan, I like hard styles. I don't like, and I'm surprised I did Olympic Taekwondo because, that's not a, it's a hard, it's a good style. You at least you get to bang somebody, but I like hard style like Goju and Kyokushin. It's like so rough, and that's always attracted me to, I was always attracted to that, like what's his name from like Buakaw, the Thai boxer. He's like rough, man. He gets hit, he goes like this. Come on. I'm like, yo, it's crazy, like, dude, you're gonna get brain damage eventually, because that shit is like small concussions when you get hit, like it affects me now a little bit, like my memory is not great. Like we'll have a conversation, I won't remember we had the conversation, and I'll swear to you we didn't have any conversation. And then later I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right, sorry, we did have a conversation, my bad. I'll fight you to the end. So my wife works on that now too. Now she knows that. She thinks she's funny. She's like, yo, we did. I said, nah, you know what? Not with you because you're full of shit. I know that you're trying to work on my memory. Because what I do with her is I try to remember little things out of order so I can remember. That's how I remember things. Like shit out of order, and then I'm like, okay, now I remember the conversation. Because if I don't, we didn't have that conversation. We didn't, so. But that's why I got these, and I've always been attracted to martial arts tattoos. Like it was either gonna be like Yakuza style, the whole thing, or Maori like stuff from the what do you call them, Samoans, So It took me like a year. I waited like a year, thinking about it. You know, I didn't want to just get anything like people get because of stupid shit and then regret it later on. I'm like, so I was like, nah, let me wait for sure. And then, I met. I kept researching for like a year, looking for artists that did. What did I just say? Jesus. Samoan tats,
Yeah.
Samoan type work. And then I found this guy, Ozzy, and his name is Ozzy Garcia. And he was a boxer also, which was nice. And I said, that's another plus for me, another former boxer. And he trained at Gleason's. And I was like, oh, forget it. I'm definitely going to go over there. So, and that was one of my gyms too. So I was like, yo, let's do this. And he was in Rockaway. So I used to take a trip like every Saturday over there, ride over and do this whole thing. And then it took about like a year. This, you know, I used to go at the last. I used to try to go at the end when he was almost done. I said, "You sure you good? I don't want you tired, nigga." He said, "No, don't worry about Jay. I got you. I said, "All right, I'll come. You tell me when I come, and I'll make sure. I just don't want you to be tired. You know, when you see me, you know, I don't want you to be like, oh shit, sorry, dude." I was like, nah. But I told him. So he said, "Look, what I'll do is I'll work with you for like 2 hours, you know, and a little more than that. If I see you, I said, all right, bet. But don't do it if you're exhausted. I'll come back, or you switch the time or whatever, you know." So that's what it did. It took that long. It took like a year, and it cost me like $3,000, 3,000. And then he did this. This one he did like, I don't know, a couple of weeks, you know. But he was down in I forgot the name of the town. It's a place in Chinatown that is. It's a lot of people know it. I just can't remember the name. But he was there for a little while, and then you know, obviously he wasn't happy there like anything. You know, he needed to open up because he had his own spot in Rockaway. It was nice. I liked it over there too. It was nice over there, man. Rockaway is real nice. I was like, we used to go there, do this, go have dinner, hang out, you know, walk by the beach. I said, oh, this is nice, man. It's simple. I'm a simple motherfucker, man. I'm a simple bastard, you know. Just give me shit to push around, wait and lift and eat and go. You guys checked on the kids? They're probably running around. They're probably running around crazy. Yeah, mom and dad ain't here. Let's go.
Well, they're not upstairs. They're with their brothers out on the third floor.
Oh! There's a third. This goes all the way to the third floor. Wow, this is big, bro. This is big, bro. Because from the front, I didn't think there was this much room down here. All right, my brother. I'm not gonna keep you, man. Let's wrap it up. So I'll come back. I'll definitely come back, man. This is cool. I've never done anything like this before.
Yeah, this one was just a chit chat.
Yeah.
Actually, we gotta get one thing. Let's pause it and then we'll turn it back on.
Who's this guy?
Wait, introduction.
Actually, I have my friend is pulling some character for me for martial arts. Cause I'm a martial artist. Before anything, I'm a martial artist.
Yeah.
And I want some characters. Even this is. They call me Bear, so I just put a samurai bear.
Let me see.